Hello,
Yo,
gamers. I'm still sticking with that. We're going with the hello, gamers.
wow.
Um, anyway, it's been a little bit. I don't know if this video is gonna come out before the video I just recorded last night. Um, if it is out before that, you're in store. If it isn't, I hope you liked it. Regardless, we're gonna be doing something a little bit different. We're gonna be reacting to some videos that other people have made. Actually, I don't
Yes.
know if the video that
Original content creation.
yes, the most original content of all time, reacting to other people's content. Yeah, I saw this video recommended to me. I was like, ooh, this could be interesting. I'm curious what exactly this man's takes are. And so Kyler and I are going to react to it together. I haven't watched any of it. He hasn't watched any of it. So,
I have no idea what's going on. No, it
yeah,
was
he
just
doesn't.
like, get on this thing and we're gonna record. And I was like, all right, I
He
guess.
doesn't.
So I'm
I
here
just
now.
the thumbnail, which is right here, was
Yeah,
very
I
interesting to
see
me.
that and everything.
Everyone else sees it. Kyler doesn't. Don't worry about it.
Mhm.
He's not in the loop.
Mm, mm.
So yeah. We gotta do this quick though because I gotta leave for work here pretty soon, and I kind of want to eat beforehand, but I don't think that's gonna happen.
It'll be fine.
All right, let's get right into it.
What makes a powerful character so great? There's a particular archetype that appears in many anime. Let's just call it the strongest. You know, the Gojos, the All Mights. Characters that, at least for some point in the series, completely surpass everyone else in terms of their power and skill. They can act as a
Yes, but All
goalpost for
Might's
other
better.
characters, or maybe as a mentor. Whatever it may be,
All Might's
it's something
bad
that
mentor,
popped up in
though.
those series.
All Might is kind of a bad mentor.
He's a terrible mentor. He's
Yeah.
so bad at it.
It's kind of rough.
Examples of strong characters done well, how they can elevate the story they're in, or how they can be fumbled in many ways. What makes the
Fumbled? Is this man saying Isaac Nero is fumbled?
I don't think so.
I hope
I think
not.
he's just putting things on the screen.
I hope he's not, because Netero's freaking goated. Oh boy, let's.
I think, to be honest, pre video thoughts, my opinion, I think the best representation of the strongest trope, in my opinion, is probably either like someone like a Whitebeard or All Might or Saitama.
Yeah, Saitama is the strongest, because like if
Yeah.
you are the strongest, then you're kind of gonna have the attitude that Saitama has.
Yeah, yeah.
Interesting. Okay, hold up. Before we continue any further, I'm kind of confused because when he pulled up Sukuna, and then he talked about how like the embodiment of strength, the symbol of strength. That's literally what All Might is.
Yes.
He's a symbol of peace, a symbol of strength. Why the frick did you choose Sukuna over All?
Well, because that's like one of the themes in Jujutsu Kaisen is the strongest, and that's where like Gojo and Sukuna have their like parallel, I guess. Like it's like, oh, I am the strongest good person, and I'm the strongest evil person, and we're gonna fight.
Yeah, but All Might's a better symbol of strength itself.
I mean,
because he holds up an
yes.
entire society alone on his strength.
I
don't
mean,
know.
yes. Doesn't Gojo do that as well?
Yeah, I guess he does. Yeah, I guess he does, but I think
Yeah.
All Might does it better.
I think,
It has-
I mean,
it
All Might,
has-
I
it
don't
has-
disagree that All Might is a better written character, but like, I do think that, like, in terms of like symbols of strength go, I think that's a lot of characters that do that sort of thing. Well, not a lot.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just All Might and Gojo that I can think of right off the top of my head. Like, I don't think Netero does that, or like anybody else really.
Yeah, I
Um,
think I don't know. I just think that All Might does it better because we see the adverse effects of that
Yeah.
in a better way.
dubbed as the strongest on multiple occasions. Let's start with the basics. For a character
Wow.
to actually
Look at
feel like
that
the
art
strongest,
style.
we need displacement. Every fight Gojo takes part in makes him feel like a force to be reckoned with. But he also feels like a real person on top of that. Someone with the burden of immense strength, instead of just some character that is strong with no
mean,
substance. So besides the actual
no.
displays of that power, it feels
That's just wrong. Gojo does not feel like a character that has the burden of immense strength. He 100% feels like a character that is strong with zero substance.
Yeah.
Like Like I don't like. I've never been struck by Gojo as like, dang, he's carrying the weight of the world on his shoulders, and it's a burden he has to hold. Gojo just feels more like just like a kid in a candy store
Yeah.
at all times.
Yeah. No, I agree. It's never like arguably maybe in like the inventory arc, the Gojo backstory arc or whatever,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
outside of that, it's just kind of like, oh haha, I'm Gojo, I'm gonna kill you
I mean,
now.
even then, the only time where I felt like, dang, Gojo's a character with actual like depth or like vulnerabilities, at least, is like the one time that he got stabbed. Other than that, he just kind of felt like the same character he's always been to me.
Yeah, I don't know if Gojo himself as the strongest is exactly how you want to write the strongest.
No, you don't,
character.
because because you shouldn't have to like actively figure out a way to remove the character from the story that you have put in to give the story actual stakes. Like that's still like one of the biggest complaints about like Boruto in the beginning is that Naruto was there. So there were no stakes for Boruto because like Boruto's about to die. Who's gonna show up? His pops. Like that's, and I love Naruto, but also that's just like you can't do that. That's why like in like My Hero Academia as well, I love the trope for the strongest because like All Might is the strongest for roughly 1 hour.
Yeah.
And then after that, like it's anybody's game.
Yeah.
Like I think that's a way better handled trope because he has like he can't he's past his glory days. He can't maintain his power how he used to. He's actively losing it. So it's kind of like it's a threat to anybody who doesn't know that he has this drawback. But to all the heroes and people who do know that we're fighting on borrowed time, it's we're not completely safe every single time All Might shows up. It's like, oh god, is he going to be able to do this before he runs out?
Yeah, before he runs out of time.
They have to be an actual human, dealing with the consequences and responsibility.
Wait. Go back. Run that back.
Wait, what?
When writing a strong character, they should have some narrative purpose. If they're just an insta-win button, they're not compelling. They have to be an actual human, dealing with the consequences.
They have to be an actual human. Thank you, finally.
I don't think he understands how ironic that is, being that Gojo is literally just an insta-win button.
I know.
Which
He's
is the
literally
entire reason Gege had to take him out of the story in the first place.
That's
He literally
so
hates his own character. Gege's literally on record saying he hates his own character for that exact reason. That's right. For that exact reason.
That is freaking hilarious, dude. I love that so much.
My word. It's like people don't listen to what the mangaka says, but I swear.
It's like people. I don't understand how like you're saying the things that we're saying, but you can't understand
No,
that we're saying. That's wild.
it's hilarious.
He nourishes the next generation. He shows the
Does he
doesn't.
though?
absolute power.
Does he though?
No, he doesn't.
Does he
What are you
though?
talking about? Gojo is literally a sensei in name only.
He put Yuji in a room, said, "Hey, learn cursed energy," and then Yuji walked the freak out. Was like, "I'm a sorcerer now."
Yeah,
Like
that's like Gojo doesn't mold anything. He doesn't inspire. He doesn't whatever. Like there's like it's sorry to keep comparing him to My Hero, but this is really like the only new gen that's like up to like popularity with JJK, and I think is a better story all around. That just like All Might literally molds the next generation. Like,
yeah.
bro, you could like I can't think of a single moment in JJK that is anywhere near as resonant as when All Might's like, now it's your turn.
But we also hear of him as a legend, both a fabled powerhouse and now an existing powerhouse, which
So Madara?
Yeah, Madara does that too. That's not really that unique, actually. Now that I think
Sukuna's
about it.
Madara.
He is kind of Madara. Yeah.
Sukuna's just Madara.
And
That's
Madara's
that's
like,
crazy.
yeah. I did not think of that till just now, but yeah.
I didn't think about it just now
He's
until
literally Madara.
That's so funny.
And
You
Sukuna,
Gojo
knowing
because
exactly
you're the strongest.
The memes from, actually the memes from that one I think is better than the freaking nah I'd win memes.
Those ones are pretty good.
Those
too.
those ones are so good, bro. I freaking love seeing those memes. They're always so
Phantom
funny.
Tax because you're skipping toilet, or
Or you skippity toilet because you're Phantom Tax.
Those are pretty good.
So this portion of the video is coming to an end, and I guess I'm just gonna say that I can't really comment on this because I haven't seen these parts of JJK. So,
No, I have not.
um,
So hopefully
I would like to
talks about some characters.
I would like to think that this assessment is correct, but alas,
Yeah,
it's JJK.
I have no idea.
is I am here. He's physically imposing
Banger
too. He's a
catchphrase.
giant man.
It is a banger catchphrase, dude.
It's so good.
Dude, when other people say like "I am here, bro," it always hits because you think of All Might. Oh, it's
Yeah.
so good. So
I am
good.
here just like it's just 3 words that just like have such a strong, definite meaning that are just like it's not just like I am here, like I am in this area. It's like you are safe.
Yes.
Like everything's okay.
Yes. It's not even just he doesn't need to say anything else because it says it all. I am here.
Yeah. It's so good.
so good. It's so good.
It's so fantastic. Love it.
And this ties into one of the core themes of the series. The fact that the previous generation is helping to build up the next generation of heroes, inspiring them with hope so
Yeah,
they
I'm
can
trying to
inspire
think
others with hope.
If there's
All Might-
another like anime character that's it's a similar like paragon of the society as All Might is, and I can't really think of another story that does that similarly. Maybe like I'd say like Whitebeard.
Yeah, or even like Roger,
Yeah,
because like, but still, even then, it's
but those
but
characters
they're
don't
not-
have like a strong physical presence in the story
yeah,
most
exactly.
of the time. You can feel like they're like legend, and they're through the weight of like the places that we go, but like we don't like see them do much.
Yeah, and so I think, yeah, All Might is a very unique character. Like,
Yeah.
as far as shonen anime goes, shonen manga, there's not a lot of characters like him that hold up an entire society,
Yeah.
which is
Quite-
kind of crazy.
Big fan. I like that a lot. Big fan.
Yeah, me too. I really hope this is good.
Netero and
Netero and
Netero
Meruem.
and Meruem freaking suck. They're the worst written characters in all of fiction.
Shut the frick up.
Netero can't be the strongest. It doesn't make any sense because he's old. Old people aren't strong.
Oh,
And
boy.
the king is a baby. Babies and old
Babies
people
and old people aren't
can't be
strong.
That's why
That's some-
Hunter x Hunter is a 0 out of 10 anime.
That's some solid logic right there, Kyler. I can't argue with you. I just like, who could argue with that? You know,
It makes perfect sense.
makes perfect
And
sense.
I hope he says exactly that, or I'm going to flag his video.
Everyone I've covered so far pretty much embodies that. They show the upsides of power, but also the downsides of it. They understand the responsibilities and the consequences of their power. And if they don't understand
think
that,
that-
they learn to understand it.
I mean, no notes really, because like Isaac and freaking Meruem are both great characters that both have like great representations of what it means to have strength. And I think they are probably the 2 best characters on this list, just like so far in general.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. To have like, this is just a JJK hate fest, because just to have Gojo and Sukuna on the same list
Is
as
yeah.
Netero and Meruem
Yeah.
is like
Yeah.
hilarious to me.
Dude.
Because like they're just not in the same caliber,
No.
like at all.
Like
Just the
there's
character development that
there's
you
just
see.
there's just so much more depth behind even just Netero. Like we don't have a lot of like story with Netero, but there's still more depth with him than there is with freaking Gojo and
Because
Sukuna.
even when Netero like shows up like unannounced to the Chimera Ant raid, like he's you can tell and you can see that he's carrying the weight of all of humanity on his shoulders while he's fighting. Like that's what he's, and like it's kind of unfair in a sense because like I do think the king is a great villain and a great character, and he has like a whole redemption arc and everything, but also just like Sukuna is just like an evil guy, which is
Yeah.
like fine, but there's like not really, and he's like charismatic, like fun villain, sure, but he's not like there's nothing like extremely narratively interesting about him. Like he's just kind of a guy with like the power of consecutive ass pulls. Like that's
Yeah,
like
pretty
that's
much.
like his curse technique. Like I can't think of anything else about Sukuna that is remotely anywhere near as interesting as any of the other characters that we've talked about. Like he's a fun character, sure, but he's not like not he's not them.
Yeah, no. I don't know. I really love I think All Might, as far as the strongest, is probably the most solid character on this list.
I agree.
I think it's the most interesting look at someone of the strongest and how that would actually play out. Meruem, I also like Meruem a lot because he does make some good points here about how Meruem realizes that his strength isn't being the king, being the strongest organism, isn't what's going to make him happy, isn't going to fulfill his existence. It is
Playing chess with underage children.
pretty much. It is the little things in life. But still, I think you know it is like I still like Meruem, but I think All Might is just a more interesting idea to look at because it has such a story long effect.
Yeah.
Throughout it.
It's like Meruem is a very like in the Chimeran arc is a very isolated incident, whereas like All Might's presence is felt throughout the entire world and throughout the entire story.
Yeah, and like I still think Hunter x Hunter is better. I still think the Chimera Ant arc is one of the greatest arcs of all time. I just think in the sense of the strongest. This idea of a character that is the strongest in their verse, the exploration of that theme is better done and more interesting to experience in My Hero through All Might.
I agree.
Beerus from Dragon Ball. I like Beerus, I really do, but I don't think I'd say he's a good example of this. There are some good things about him, but none of what I like about him has to do with his...
He was the strongest for like... I mean, I guess he's the strongest destroyer, sure, but like...
I wouldn't even say that. Like,
is.
I'm pretty sure... I think Universe 11's destroyers are stronger than him.
No, at least like in... I remember watching a video of some kind that was like, yeah, Beerus is definitely the strongest destroyer, and I was like, yeah, this guy's speaking facts.
I don't know.
Regardless, yeah, he's not the strongest.
No.
So like, he was not the strongest for like, he was the strongest for a little bit, and then all of a sudden he was like, yeah, no, this guy's
he was the strongest for like 1 hour, and then after he fought Goku, he was like, yeah, by the way, I'm not even the strongest dude. My friend, my homie over there, he's stronger than me. Beerus was never meant to be the strongest character.
Yes, I know technically he's not the strongest character in Dragon Ball, but I think he is.
There it is.
Go on.
Why are you talking?
Why are we talking about him? I don't know.
Why are we talking about this? Why are we talking about
Keep
this?
going.
Goku was meant to be his rival, although Whis is the one to teach
What?
him, and Beerus just
Goku was not meant to be Beerus' rival.
No.
What are you talking about?
No. No.
What in the world?
Goku's Vegeta's rival. Whis is his sensei, and Beerus is just silly
Beerus
guy.
is just the fun uncle.
Yeah, he's just a silly guy who'll beat Goku's ass like that.
Yeah.
He's literally it.
So that's a bold claim.
We get brief glimpses of his power, but without the substance of the other characters that I've mentioned before. He's just there. We're told he's strong. We're never
I mean,
shown
I get what he's saying, because like we should see like the full extent of a destroyer's power, because it would give some grasp of just like how far away Goku is
Yeah.
from them.
But
And
also,
every single time their power is attempted to be defined, it's like not clear. Like,
yeah,
so
I don't know.
there's that.
I still just think that like I like the way Beerus is in the show. I think it's good. I think he's
Yeah.
he's just kind of there. He's just like, ah, yes, I'm a destroyer. So all the stuff that's going down, I don't really care that much. Unless it affects my food supply, then that kind of sucks. So I
Yeah.
might help out there.
Yeah.
And so like I like that. I like how it is. I don't like. I agree with you. It could be nice to see a full display of a destroyer's power, but even then, it like the way Beerus operates in the universe, I think is just solid.
It feels like his strength is separate from him. What little nuance is there for him isn't actually tied to his strength at all. And when it comes to others in the series, he commentates and observes. But
I actually kind of like that about Beerus, that his strength is separated from his personality.
Yeah.
Like I think that makes him an interesting character. He's not just the
he doesn't live
strongest.
off of his strength. Yeah.
Yeah, like he is the strongest, but he doesn't embody that. He doesn't need to
Yeah.
embody that because he is the strongest.
Yeah. It's like nobody's putting that into question.
Yeah,
Like,
he doesn't need to display these things because he knows how he's confident. He knows how powerful he is. He knows his
Yeah.
limits as well. So Mans was just like, hey, there actually is a character in Dragon Ball that embodies the strongest the best. Goku. And while we're talking about Goku, I'm actually going to talk about Jiren now. Like, what? What?
listen, I don't think anybody in Dragon Ball necessarily is meant to like be a paragon of strength. I think they're all supposed to represent strength in very different and unique ways.
Yeah.
But nobody's supposed to signify the one strongest. And if I had to pick a person that is that, it would probably be Zeno. Specifically just because of just like he's the king of the multiverse.
Yeah.
Like, but yeah, I don't know. I think this was a overall solid video. I think some of his takes were all right. I think some of them were incredibly blasphemous, but that's fine.
Yeah. It's definitely, I think it's an interesting topic to talk about. I've never really seen anyone talk about this before, the idea of the strongest and how it's written and how these characters influence their worlds and their storylines behind them. And I think some of the points he makes are pretty good. If we didn't talk about it, then it probably was because it was good, and the stuff that we did talk about was stuff that we didn't agree with because that's how the internet works.
Welcome to the internet.
Welcome to the internet.
Nice to have you around.
But yeah, so I think it's it's an interesting topic, and it was a pretty solid video.
I agree. Hey, but anybody who says Gojo's a good character, you can fight me. He's not.
No. I will throw hands.
Yeah, but that's about it. That's all the notes that I have. Gojo bad character, everybody else good character.
Yeah, Gojo bad, JJK bad, everything else pretty good. So yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
And
okay.
end of video.